Well, great to have you here at HSN. I'm Shannon, and boy, oh boy, what a fabulous day we've been having. I have to say, for those of you who have your own personal memories about really one of the most iconic fragrances of all time, you have tuned into HSN for the very best time, because once a year and once a year only, we do Lancome. You know they are leaders in prestige beauty, but we take the heartbeat of what they do. That is fragrance, and nobody does it better than Lancome. But what they are doing today for this show, and I think only one more airing tonight, their one-of-a-kind 30-year-old legacy iconic fragrance. If you don't have memories about it yet, you will, because it's the best value. It is a one-day only opportunity, and check this out, because it's one of your last chances to get our best buy of the day. Certainly, of course, one of the most iconic commercials of all time. But when we talk about iconic and cornerstone, boy, oh boy, Treasure is a legacy all of its own. Can you imagine 30 years? 30 years always is one of the preeminent leaders in fragrance for women. Men love it, women love it, men love their women to wear it. But if you want a fragrance that not only captivates a generation, this is one that maybe you grew up with like I did. My mom wore Treasure. I have my own memories about it. And if you do too, of course, we'd love to say hi to you. Well, Lancome, of course, the heartbeat of what they do is fragrance. And when they created Treasure, there's a very special story that, of course, you'll hear from the beautiful Isabella and Kara in just a few moments. It really speaks to the hearts and minds of women all over the world of all ages. What Lancome is doing exclusively for us is this new exclusive, one-of-a-kind collectible bottle. So you get that beautiful kind of rose gold inspiration. Now, the fragrance alone, if you were buying that at retail, if you could get this collectible, one-of-a-kind, curated, really sculptural bottle, it would be $91. So for $1 less, $1 less, then you are getting that beautiful inspirational fragrance. You are getting their full size, lavish your body with that gorgeous body lotion. So that's almost $50. And then of course you get that beautiful purse size, the on-the-go size, that beautiful travel size on the fragrance as well. That's another $29. Today and today only, they are flying. Remember, if you are new to HSN, this is on FlexPay, interest-free payments. Remember, we also have our 90-day return policy. $18 to get it at home, whether you're able to see mom in person or whether you're loving her from across the miles like I am with my mom and my family. I hope you take a moment to celebrate you and the inspiration that this beautiful fragrance lends itself to. So as we mentioned, we've got lots of special guests, safely social distancing with us. Of course, Kara Lee Chamberlain, I have to say, how do you look even more beautiful via Skype? I do not know, my gorgeous friend. I see you're looking safe and beautiful at home.
Hi, my beautiful friend. I am doing well here in New England, and I hope you're just as safe and happy and healthy in Florida.
Absolutely. And of course, we also have you from that commercial, which of course is iconic and really one of the most beautiful and captivating commercials of all time. The always and ever captivating Isabella Rossellini is also joining us. Isabella, I hear that you've been busy at home. Boy, the chickens, the kids, everybody's happy when mom is home, right?
Exactly. Oh, yes, my dog is the happiest. My grandson is the happiest because he has everybody home.
I love it. Well, Isabella, if it's okay, I'll start with you because certainly you're an iconic beauty. This is an iconic fragrance. It's so fun to see that commercial again, which really is a quintessential classic. But there's so much that went into this fragrance. And when you first started partnering with Lancome, because you've got a great legacy with them, You actually got to see them design this from the inside out. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Well, you know, the modeling career was changing. At first, the model were just these beautiful women that never spoke. And then they became spokesperson, and I'd been already at Lancome for several years, and I knew that when I was going to do the commercial for Tresor, they were going to ask me, press, people, client, about it. And so I asked the executive, can I participate to the meetings to understand the rationale of all the choices you make. Why this bottle? Why this color? Why this fragrance? So I could be articulated at being a spokesperson. And they allowed me to participate. And of course, I couldn't resist and tell a few opinions, of course. But the greatest thing was that, so the way they've developed the fragrance is they work with noses. Noses are called the people that develop the different scents. They are like chefs who put together jasmine, peonies, peaches, and create something that is submitted then, and Lancome will do a test market because Lancome chooses, but also is the client that chooses. So they do marketing research to see if it's liked or not. And I fell in love with a special fragrance that I was so original and romantic and feminine and rich and magical. And I thought, no, it's too original. It's never going to be picked. And it was picked. It was the fragrance that I had fallen in love with. And for me, then, to represent this fragrance that was my real favorite, and I wore it since it came out 30 years ago. It was really a pleasure to promote it because, you know, sometimes when you do advertisement, you like product, of course, but sometimes you're not totally in love with them, but I am totally in love with Tresor.
You are, honestly, I was laughing when you were telling that story because, first of all, you're so intelligent and funny and just so fun to be around. But I think we were boss ladies before they were calling it boss lady. I mean, we certainly...
Exactly, I think so.
I mean, we all have our own opinions.
But, you know, also, we are using the fragrances, we are using the makeup, we're using the cream. Our opinion counts. But, you know, it was just a tradition. But now things changed. Actually, the CEO of Lancome is a woman, Françoise Liman. Amazing.
It is. You know, I heard you talking with Marlo a little bit earlier, and then I'll check in with Kara because I'd love to have her describe some of the notes. But so the nose, of course, like you say, it's like the chef, these alchemists with, instead of flavors, fragrances, which kind of become flavors. But she really identified with your mother as well with some of the notes that she created.
It was an incredible story. So when finally the fragrance was chosen, I said, can I meet the nose? I was just so fascinated by, first of all, the job that is called the nose, and it is this alchemist, but they have such a ridiculous name. So I met Sophie Grossman, and she told me the most incredible story. She said, you know, I saw a film many years ago, Casablanca. My mom is Ingrid Bergman, and she's the leading lady, the leading actress in Casablanca. And the film was romantic, mysterious, magical. Feelings were amazing. And the film inspired me to create a perfume. And when I created this perfume, I thought, this is a fantastic perfume. This is an important thing I've created. I better wait until I have the right person, the right client, the right company. And when Lancome came 2 or 3 years after the creation, she knew she was in good hands. Lancome is an incredible company, distributed all over the world. So she submitted it to Lancome. But she didn't know then that I was going to be the model, the spokesperson selected to represent it. So it was amazing. It was like it's all the dots connected, you know, and there was my mom, and there was Casablanca, and it was me.
It was kismet for sure. Well, Isabella,
and I loved it so much. It was an immediate response to it, really a gut love. You know, it was irrational. You don't love perfume. There's no rationality. You love it or you don't love it.
It's so true, Isabella. We'll continue to check in throughout the show. I'm going to pass the baton to Kara here in a moment, just so that we can take a tour of some of the beautiful various notes if people are not familiar with this gorgeous fragrance. If you are new, though, if you're channel surfing, of course, we are delighted and we're privileged that you invite us into your homes. You know the name Lancome. They are truly the prestige leaders when it comes to beauty. And we've got skincare, we've got makeup with Robert coming up later this hour. But the heartbeat of what they do is a fragrance. And there is no bigger pulse of that heartbeat than Treasure. And I can't encourage you enough, whether you've got your own personal memories like myself, or you're just really looking to sample it for the first time. Think Mother's Day, think for yourself. In these trying times, I was thinking of my grandmother. I've been thinking a lot about my family. And even though it would be hard for me to maybe crystallize the sound of her voice, I still remember her scent. And there's something that is so familiar and warming and comforting about that fragrance that envelops you, whether you are with your loved ones or whether you've been thinking a lot about them like I have. Remember, this is exclusive to us. This is, I believe, Allison, there's only one more airing coming up in Beauty Report with Tina and Amy later today. So one of your last opportunities, remember their 30-year legacy. Fragrances come and fragrances go, but Treasure is discovering a whole new generation of women. Remember, we also have auto ship available, which I think is extremely unusual because let's be honest, they wouldn't have to discount Treasure. It's a one-of-a-kind collectible bottle. That would be $91 if you were shopping or could get it at retail. So for less than $1 of what you would expect to spend for that full-size collectible curated one-of-a-kind bottle, you also get the $30 or $29 fragrance, the Purse Prize spray, and then the $49 beautiful body lotion. And remember, it's not only perfume, but it's also treatment, because remember, there's skincare, global skincare leaders as well. Of course, Carolee Chamberlain, you saw how beautiful she looks in her home. Cara, you are always a font of information. It's so fun to watch you at work. I've had the opportunity to train with Cara and just see her big brain at work. But when we talk about the big brains at Lancome, I mean, the end result is something that embraces women of every age and every generation around the world. It's really no surprise to you that this is celebrating its 30 years, is it?
You know, it really isn't. When we think about Lancome, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with who we are as a brand, we began as a fragrance house. Back in 1935, we introduced 5 magnificent scents on the World's Fair stage in Brussels, and we took home all 5 awards. And that's where it all began with us and where it all started. And now Treasure is celebrating its 30th anniversary. Why? Because so many fragrances today, they come and go, but Treasure has stood the test of time and endured because women and men have fallen in love with it decade after decade, year after year. Why? Because it's this extraordinary combination of notes that is so unique and so different. No one has ever been able to duplicate it or even try to replicate it. If you've tried, you will never smell anything like it in existing fragrances, nor do I believe in the future. It all begins with this beautiful Damascena rose. And this rose is not that powdery rose that your grandmother used to keep on her vanity. This is a full of life, effervescent, sparkling rose that just hugs you, a modern rose that envelops you from the moment Treasure kisses your skin. Then we added peach and apricot blossom, which bring a luminosity and a sparkle to the heart of the fragrance. It just sparkles with life when you wear it. And then Treasure is also a very sensual and sexy fragrance as well. And we warm it up with sandalwood and musk. I like to call those the nuzzle notes. And even though we're social distancing right now, when we get to hug again, these are the ones that people will hug you a little tighter. They'll linger a little longer. It is the most magnificent scent. We call it a floriental scent. So what that means is there are flowers and spices that are twisted together to bring this extraordinary scent to life. Where typically today in fragrances, you have a floral fragrance, or a spicy fragrance, or a fruity fragrance, or a sweet fragrance. The nose who created this, Sophie Grossman, had such a phenomenal talent when she made this beautiful, almost symphony of notes that come together to make you feel so elegant and romantic and sophisticated and feminine. It's very delicate, yet it has beautiful warmth and breath to it. It will never walk in the room before you. It will never linger behind after you go for too long, but it will envelop you and hug you all day long. And Treasure means treasure, and Treasure is all about capturing those treasured moments. And in the experience that we're having right now today, I am always the one to find the light in something. And what I know is that there are moments that are happening and the connections that we're making that maybe we haven't made as frequently in the past, that we're doing more today. And it's time to embrace those moments to keep our positivity and our happiness together. And that's what Trésor is going to help you do. If you have used it before, I want you to get this limited edition bottle that we've done just for you. It's not even going to be available on Lancome.com in the future or in any stores in the future. I was able to get it just for you in this limited edition collection, exclusive collection. If you're just coming in for the first time, and you've never experienced a Lancome fragrance, why not experience the fragrance that has stood the test of time for over 30 years and is passed on from generation to generation? Shannon, this is such a magnificent scent. I wish that you could smell it, but I hope I did it justice in explaining it to you.
You always do, my friend. And if people haven't selected it yet, a couple of key things. Even though we know and recognize Lancome as a global leader, prestige beauty, prestige skincare, certainly prestige fragrances, this one-of-a-kind curated bottle is today and today only. In addition to the savings, now remember, the fragrance itself would be $91. So for less than you would spend for just that iconic fragrance, you are also getting the purse size, that travel size, and then of course you're also getting the, I say body treatment, because certainly the lotion envelops you with that lovely fragrance as well, but it also has skin loving benefits as well. Please remember though, today and today only, if you want that auto ship, now there's only one more airing coming up tonight, there are fewer than 1,000 if you want that auto ship. And this allows you to really kind of pay it forward at that one day only pricing. You can customize that delivery. Think of your mom, think of yourself, think of your daughter-in-law, and think of the memories that this is going to maybe remind you of or help you create as well. Only for today. Now remember, in addition to that 5-pay flex pay of less than $20 to get it at home, interest-free payments, PayPal, debit card, any major credit card, we also have a 90-day return policy. So even though Kara does an amazing job as always describing the layers and the various notes, if you will, once you get this at home, you'll really kind of wonder why it hasn't been a part of your fragrance repertoire, just because it feels such a unique niche. There really isn't anything quite like it, and I think that's one of the reasons it's endured for over 30 years. Isabella has been kind enough to stay with us. And Isabella, I think it's interesting because even though we're all social distancing, I'm gonna have you talk a little bit about your day and how even though we're all separated but together, it still reminds you of all those great memories. I'll have you speak to that in a moment, but I'd love for everyone to see you and Penelope on this little interlude.
I remember as a little girl listening to those 3 or 4 first notes of the piece and going running to the TV, and that's the one that I wanted to be my first perfume.
You know, sometimes in life there are these incredible moments where things connect in a magical way, and we created magic.
It's been in my life so present for so long.
I just have one perfume, and that's Trésor. I wish Trésor not only 30 years, but 30 more. Happy anniversary, Trésor.
Happy anniversary, Trésor.
Well, and of course, that gorgeous lady, Isabella Rossellini, is joining us via telephone. Isabella, you said it when we were talking earlier, that sometimes when you're a spokesperson for certain products, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have got a personal connection with them. The fact that you've got a personal connection with this, but it's been an enduring one, that's kind of a legacy in and of itself.
It makes my work so much easier,
right?
You know, because you really can speak from your heart. And it's been wonderful to represent Lancome for so many years, and especially Trésor. Trésor has been my perfume for 30 years. I'm never going to give it up.
I know.
It's part of me.
I heard you say this earlier, which I think is fascinating because, you know, some of the sociological experts are saying, well, we should still try to maintain some kind of routine during these trying times. You said earlier, you're still starting your day with Trésor?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll start my day with Trésor because to start it with a gesture that is intimate and private but luxurious, and it's a moment that you give yourself in these sad times. it fills my heart. I love to wear it. I love to think of the great success that we've had with the perfume, of all the wonderful times I wore it in special moment, whether it was a birthday or a wedding or a wonderful evening. So I do start my day with Lancome and with Trésor, and I also end my day with Trésor because you know why? I spray it on my pillow. It's wonderful to smell it when you put your face at night, and there it is. It's my friend.
And you know, boy, you nailed it. It's your friend, and you're right. I think fragrance is so intimate and certainly sensual, but feminine. There's kind of this unseen connection. You know, I think of my grandmother and, you know, how she would smell when I gave her an embrace. Do you hear that from your kids and your grandchildren?
Yes,
is that something they remember?
They do. They always say, when they smell Trésor, they know Mama has been there.
Oh, I love
They found me once. My daughter found me in a hotel. She said, Mama, I came to the hotel. I came to the floor where you were, and I forgot the room number. But I could smell Trésor, and I came, and there I was.
Oh, that's so fabulous. Because you have, again, such a beautiful family and have such a beautiful wife or life, rather, and legacy. It almost reminds me, I know you talk a lot about your garden, your chickens, and your dog, and your kids.
Yes.
And this is a fragrance that really kind of speaks intimately to those very personal moments, doesn't it?
Yes, Trésor, the slogan of Trésor is the perfume for treasured moment. And what is more treasure? What is the biggest treasure? Our family, especially nowadays. We know it for sure. I'm so lucky that I'm quarantining with my 2 children, their partners, and my grandson. And all of us feel that this is one of the greatest treasure that we have to spend this time together and not feel lonely. And Trésor is accompanying us and is part of our life as well.
Very well said. Well, Isabella, thank you again. We're going to check in with Kara just to get some more details on that iconic fragrance and the one-of-a-kind bottle. We send you our love. I know you'll be calling in later.
Healthy.
You do the same.
And stay serene.
Yes. Thank you, Isabella.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. Oh my gosh, she's such an inspiration to us all. As are you, Carolee Chamberlain. Of course, I see the pictures of the puppies and the hubby in the background. It's like the whole family is involved in these broadcasts.
I always tell you about my husband using Genifique, so I figured now you can see how great he looks, right?
Exactly. Well, Kara, we've only got about 8 minutes left in this presentation, so what I'd love to do is kind of give some of the broad strokes. And we've had thousands of new faces discover HSN for the first time because a lot of us are spending more time at home. Certainly, Lancome is a leader not only in prestige beauty, but of course in fragrance. Nothing lasts in the world of fragrances, let alone 30 years, unless it's something special. Now, this value, I know you do education with all of your Lancome representatives across the world. Sometimes I feel like you guys do play favorites with us, though, because even at the Lancome website, you did this for us for today, one day only. So the pricing would be one thing, but that unique bottle is also the companion piece. You hit it out of the park for us today.
Oh, I'm so glad. We wanted to do something so very special because Trésor has endured for 30 years because of you, because you have fallen in love with it. You've passed it on from generation to generation. One thing that you always share with me that it just warms my heart is, typically when we have a signature scent as a woman, we keep it to ourselves. We don't share it because we want it to be uniquely ours. But what's so special and so beautiful about Trésor is that women pass it on from generation to generation. So many of you have called in to shows when we've been on air showing Trésor and saying, my grandmother wore it. My mother wore it. Now I wear it and I'm passing it on to my daughter. And I hope one day she passes it on to her daughter. To make that statement with a scent that over 30 years, women have shared and embraced this beautiful scent, these amazing combination of notes, and it still today has a modernity to it. It still resonates as a feminine, romantic, sophisticated scent. It's not a scent that smells 3 decades old. It's a scent that smells like it could have been made today, but it smells unlike anything else you've ever experienced over the past 30 years. And I truly believe that no one will be able to ever try to duplicate or recreate even a close resemblance of this scent moving forward. Let me walk you through the notes again, in case you are just experiencing Tresor for the first time and you would like to maybe dabble in the world of Lancome fragrance. Why not start with our most iconic and our most recognizable fragrance, Tresor? It all begins with gorgeous Damascene rose. And this is not that powdery, dated rose. This is an energetic, vibrant, spirited rose that's full of life right at the top, and it just hugs you from the moment it kisses your skin. We had peach and apricot blossom as two of the heart notes, and those notes are white, soft, luminous flowers. So they help the fragrance just sparkle with life at the heart. And then Tresor also has a sexy and a sensual side, and we warm it up with sandalwood and musk, which are those base notes that hug you and caress your skin and stay with you throughout the day. It never walks in the door before you. It never lingers behind after you're gone, but it does hug you and caress your skin. And those are the notes that people, when we can again, we'll squeeze you a little bit tighter, we'll linger a little bit longer, and we'll want to hear the story and your story of Tresor. What Tresor does is it really helps you capture those beautiful moments. That's what's so exquisite about what fragrances can do today. Tresor means treasure, as Isabella shared with us, and it means to capture those treasured moments. And there are so many little moments today, even right now, in the world as it is this moment today, and how we're reaching out to each other, we're caring for each other, we're sharing happiness together. And it's time to remember those moments because, as we know, those moments are fleeting. And they're so important to continue the happiness and continue the passion and continue the love. I also want to talk about this bottle, Shannon, because this bottle is only for you here at HSN. We are not even going to make this available on our own Lancome.com site anytime in the future. We created it just for you. It is the beautiful, iconic bottle that you know. It's the gorgeous inverted pyramid with the eternity band around the neck. But what we did differently, and thank you, Shannon, for displaying that for me, is that we gilded the top in magnificent rose gold. So this is a limited edition, specially curated bottle just for our HSN viewers, just for those of you who love Tresor. And the value, Shannon, we will not duplicate again. This is the first time, I think it's been 4 years that we've even done a Tresor Today special. And I'm so excited we're able to do it for you right now, because this is when we need it the most. Be able to change our emotions and give that moment of joy and love and romance and elegance back into our day.
Well said, and certainly for a value that no one else will duplicate. Kara just detailed this, but that bottle will not be available. Frankly, it won't be available here either. So for less than you would spend for just that legacy, one-of-a-kind, celebratory Tresor, you are getting the full-size fragrance, the couture edition bottle, the collectible bottle. You're also getting that full-size body treatment, because remember, it's not only going to help extend or lavish or layer that Tresor fragrance, it's also treating your skin. And we all need that. We're all washing. And then, of course, that $29, almost $30 travel size of the fragrance itself. I love Isabella's idea of spraying it on your pillowcase, but more importantly, if you were going to select it. Now remember, 90-day return policy. We've extended that because, you know, we certainly recognize that our budgets are what they are and it's a challenging time. So we want to give you ample time with which to really make your buying decision and consideration, especially if you're sending it across the miles. Flex pay, those are interest-free payments. We do have auto ship, and Allison is my producer. I'm just gonna confirm a couple of numbers. So on the auto ship, we have fewer than 1,000. We have the last 900. And then Allison, on the single shipment, we're looking at a little over, okay, we have a few more of the single shipment. But remember, there's only one more airing coming up in Beauty Report with the beautiful Amy and the lovely Miss Tina. And we would just love for you to try this for yourself. 082828. Certainly the value is incomparable, and you can't find it anywhere else. But Kara, I think for a lot of us out there, we've got our essential purchases, but there's something to be said about doing something essential for your well-being and just something to put a smile on your face.
Absolutely, Shannon. One thing I've learned, especially over the past few weeks, and I knew it along the way, but it's really come to life for me more recently, is that we are all trying to care for each other in very unique and different ways right now because we can't be with each other, but we're checking in more, we're going on FaceTime and Zoom calls, and we're making sure that everybody's happy and healthy and okay. But the only way that we can care for others is if we take care of ourselves first. And that doesn't mean that you have to do a lot. That means, you know what? Do something that's going to make you feel good. And for some of us, that could be a new fragrance. That could be your favorite scent in a new bottle. That's what it's all about, is taking that fragrance out, because that's what Tresor can do for you. When you spray it on the first time in the morning, as Isabella does, or on your pillow before you go to bed, you can't help but take a moment to breathe it in and experience the rose and the apricot and the peach and the sandalwood and the musk, and actually smile and feel good and elegant and beautiful and sophisticated, and take care of yourself so that we can take care of others right now, because that's what's most important.
Well said. Well, Kira, I know you're going to stick around with us for a little bit yet, and Robert is going to be joining us as well. So we'll check in just a few moments. So thank you. Hang tight for us out there in New England. Well, and as you know, our hearts go out to everyone who's been impacted by COVID-19. And we know how easily it is to feel helpless, but there are ways to help. You know, America's kids need us because schools and workplaces are closing nationwide, and vulnerable children are losing school meals that they depend on. Low-income families are also struggling with lost wages. Seniors are also at the greatest risk amid COVID-19, and local Meals on Wheels programs are on the front lines every day, focused on doing all they can to keep older Americans safe and nourished. Well, the HSN, we're helping seniors and children get access to food by matching customer and team member donations up to $1 million in total company contribution to Meals on Wheels and No Kid Hungry. And we're committed to making a minimum company contribution of $250,000 to each charity. If you'd like to donate, you can find out more information at hsn.com, or of course use that item number on your screen. Together, of course, we can make a difference. Well, of course, we're doing everything that we can to slow the spread of COVID-19, and taking care of yourself, that means you're also helping to take care of those around you. So please stay tuned for an important reminder from the CDC.
As the nation's doctor, I often get asked, what should I do if I think I might have coronavirus?
People who are sick should stay home. You don't go to an emergency room, you don't go to a clinic. You get on the phone and you ask for advice and instructions from your physician.
We don't want you to go into the ER or the doctor's office without talking to them first, because you might spread coronavirus to someone. Please visit coronavirus.gov for more information.
Discover a world of beauty like you've never seen before. Beauty Report is the insider's guide to getting gorgeous. Join me tonight for a beautiful new routine.
Treat the mom in your life or yourself during HSN's For Mom and Me. It all happens Sunday. Stylish gifts, healthy gifts, electronic gifts, and a whole lot more. Shop now at hsn.com and watch Sunday on HSN.
Poor Becca. First of all, she's got to check my hair. She's helping with my microphone. I'm like, oh, don't take the Today's Special away. Can you show Becca? Look how cute she looks. I'll social distance. I'll even back up. She looks so cute. We love you. We love everybody. It's such a great team that makes this happen. Thank you. Okay, I don't have a mask. So in lieu of a mask, I'm doing this. I love you. Okay. We love you too. So, hey, thank you for joining us here at HSN. It is such a privilege to be a part of your lives, and a lot of you are discovering us for the very first time. We really appreciate that because we know there's a lot going on in the world, and you hear the phrase self-care kind of bandied about a lot right now. Well, there's no company in the world that's better equipped to help you do that than Lancome. They are, of course, the prestige leaders in beauty. And if you're not calling yet on our Today's Special, I want to encourage you to do so. Becca was kind enough to put that at the end of the table for me. Thank you. She's, everybody's doing such an amazing job. But if you want the Today's Special, we have only 900 of the auto ship. But now let's talk self-care and beauty. Are you stressed? Okay, well, if you're like me, stress makes me look older, and let's be honest, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. In terms of the leading anti-agers, Lancome, they know more than anybody. Carolee Chamberlain is joining us via Skype at her home in New England. And Cara, I'd love for you to take us on a tour of some of the details of Absolute, because in a lot of cosmetic lines, skincare lines, car companies, they have what they call the good, better, best. Absolute would be, I think, probably the definitive jewel in the crown. It certainly has, it's much like Treasure, a legacy item. It's got a very, very special place in the Lancome product line, basically.
Shannon, you are so right. What Absolute is I like to say it's absolutely the best. It is our most luxurious collection and our most technologically advanced collection that we have at Lancome today. And this is our Absolute Premium BX collection. And, you know, if you've been trying to find that perfect anti-aging cream for your skin, but you're saying that there's too many choices and you want, well, this one does that, but that one does this, and I need all of those things all wrapped up in one. That's what Absolute does for you. It has, if you want one cream that does it all, Absolute has our 2 signature anti-aging molecules in them that are patented. One is our Proxylane molecule that we've patented, that I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about hydration. It actually helps to reinforce your skin's moisture barrier, and it maintains that moisture barrier. So if you ever put on a cream in the morning and it feels good, but by lunchtime your skin's dehydrated again, what Proxylane does is it reinforces those moisture reserves all day long, so your skin feels as moisturized at 9 o'clock at night as it did 9 o'clock in the morning. It helps replenish and rejuvenate the overall appearance of your skin. And that's just one of the key technologies in Absolute. The other is our Bio Network. And a Bio Network is a combination of beautiful natural ingredients of wild yam, soy, sea algae, and barley. And what those do is those are your anti-aging ingredients that help to revive the elasticity in the skin, help to firm and smooth the surface of the appearance of the surface of your skin. If you have fine lines and wrinkles, it's going to minimize their appearance. If you're noticing that your skin is uneven in tone and texture, it's going to bring that luminosity back. You're going to notice that your skin's going to feel firmer, it's going to look plumper, and it's going to appear completely rejuvenated. That's why Absolute is our one decadent cream that does it all. Let me show you some before and afters so that you can see the absolute difference. Take a look at her jawline. If you notice Kim's jawline, look at how much lifted it is after just 4 weeks using this morning and night. Look at the overall appearance of the tone and the texture in her skin and how it's brighter and more even. Check out those nose to mouth lines and how they're smoother. Even as we get closer around the eye area, look at the crow's feet, how they're smoother. The eye is brighter. The texture is refined. Absolute does absolutely everything you want in a single cream. It helps with tone, luminosity, firmness, fine lines, wrinkles, and plumping. I want to show you Cindy's skin. Cindy is a great example. Cindy has a lot of signs of aging. You can see the loss of elasticity in her before, in the jawline and the cheek area. If you just look at the after, look at how much more plump her cheeks appear, how more even her skin tone is. And again, around her eyes, the crow's feet area, one of the most difficult areas to improve. Look at how much brighter, smoother, more even and tighter and lifted her eyes look in the after versus the before. That's why so many women are dedicated to using Absolute morning and night. Now, this Absolute has an SPF 15, so it's going to protect your skin from the sun, because if you're going to spend the time correcting your skin and correcting the appearance of lines and wrinkles and firmness and elasticity and luminosity and tone, you definitely want to protect it as well. So we've put an SPF 15 in here as well. And let me talk to you about the customer perception study that we did. Because when women used Absolute, many of them fell in love with it. 98% of them, that's almost 100 in my book, said their skin looked nurtured, smoothed, it was softer, it was suppler, and that's just after 1 week and just 7 days. And 89% said the overall surface of their skin looked smoother. And when I think smoother, I think those lines and wrinkles look like they're starting to visibly disappear, that that your skin looks brighter and more even toned. The day cream, of course, is non-comedogenic. It's dermatologist tested for safety. It's the safest, most gentle cream, but it's incredibly effective. I want to show you what it looks like too. because look at how decadent this is. I don't know if you can see it in my camera here. Shannon may have a better way to do this for me, but it is the most rich, decadent cream, but it's not sticky. Thank you, Shannon, so much. It's not sticky. It's not tacky. It's not going to sit on the surface of your skin. What it's going to do is it's going to infuse your skin with those patented technologies of Proxylane and BioNetwork. It's going to get right into those moisture reserves, plump them up, keep them plumped with moisture all day long. And when your skin is plumped with moisture on the inside, on the outside, it looks brighter, smoother, more even, it feels more supple, and it appears more plump. That's what women love about Absolute. That's why they come back over and over again for our most luxurious line that we have at Lancome. And that's why I'm excited to bring it to you tonight, Shannon, at this great price.
It is a great price. And by the way, limited quantity as well. We have only 300 to go around. And of course, that does not take into consideration the manner in which people are selecting this. Remember, you can call that toll-free number. You can load that app on your phone. You can shop by remote. There's lots of ways to kind of skirt the system and jump ahead in line and get this before it's gone. But this also, at that feature price, does have that 90-day return policy. So for $20 on your credit card, and remember, even if you had access to your Lancome counter right now, FlexPay is really a privilege here at HSN because it helps us be mindful of our budget, but maybe try something that moves you into the elite category of even what Lancome does with regard to skincare. And whether it's the reviews, I've loved them. So many people who try Lancome, really, they become crusaders. And it's interesting because I know Colleen is a crusader for the Absolute. I know Helen here at HSN loves it as well. So if it's been out of your realm to get the Absolute because it's the step up, it's the creme de la creme, then absolutely this would be a great opportunity for you. Now we also have the eye oil. Now, Kara, how do I use them in tandem, or what do you recommend for a treatment protocol?
Yes, so the other value that we have this evening is the full size eye cream, and then your sample size, your deluxe size of your Absolute oil. And you can use these a couple different ways. Let's start with the eye cream because this is your full size here. The eye cream does everything we love about the face cream for around the eye contour. So it helps with skin tone. It makes your eye area more luminous. It's going to firm and plump the eye area. It's going to minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and even minimize the appearance of those dark circles. It's going to make the eyes look tighter, more even, and younger and more awake. So let me show you Kim here. Take a look at her eye area. If you take a peek, what you can see is that her eyes almost look like they look tired in the before. You can see the crow's feet. You can see the darkness around the lash line. And in the after, look at how much more open, awake, brighter, luminous, and tighter her eyes look. Now, Cindy's eyes tend to be more aged. You may be able to relate to Cindy's eyes where her eyes look droopy on the outside edge. Why? Because she's lost that elasticity. I want you to take a moment, and if you're not looking at your screen right now, just come with me for a second and take a look at her lid in the before. You can barely see it, it's barely visible. And look at her lid in the after. Look at the vertical lift that she got from Absolute. Now look underneath the eye. Look at the crow's feet in the before, how they're deeper wrinkles, and look at the after, how they almost look like fine lines in the after. So if we take a look at her from the front, from straight ahead, look at the eye lift that she's gotten, especially when you look on her left side. Take a look at one eyelid in the before and then drop down and look at the eyelid after. It's very difficult to achieve a vertical lift in the eye area. And truly, this cream is going to give you that beautiful lift and smooth the entire eye area. Marilyn has a more aged eye. And you know, a lot of us who have eyes that tend to be deep set, crow's feet, loss of elasticity, we think nothing's going to work for us. But take a look at what the results that Marilyn got, that you can get to smoother, brighter, tighter, firmer around the eye area. And again, because it's Absolute, it's that beautiful decadent cream. It's formulated for the delicate eye area. It's really important that you use a specific eye cream for the eye area. Don't put your face cream any higher than this ocular bone that goes all the way around the eye area. And that's where you want to apply your eye cream. Now, the other thing that you're getting is your Absolute oil. Now, the oil you can use on its own. This is the most precious oil. It is 100% pure oil. It makes your skin more luminous and bright. It has rose damascena. It has rosemary leaf, sweet orange zest, lemon peel, lavender flower oil, plus no water, no parabens. It is 100% natural. I like to use it alone if I need an extra boost on top, or I will mix it with my day cream or my night cream to get a little extra boost of that luminosity as well. So you're going to see that it really helps with your skin barrier function, gives that luminous brightness to the skin.
Absolutely great tips as always. Talk a little bit about our smart deal though. This is the dynamic duo together, the famous Genifique and Visionaire.
You guys are keeping me really busy tonight. All these amazing deals, right? So, all right, here we go. So we just talked about Absolute. Those are your moisturizers. Those go on last. So starting with Genifique. Genifique is your youth activator. It's a lightweight serum. If you've got dull, lackluster, tired skin, I know myself, and I think almost every host at HSN uses this as the first step in your beauty routine that gives you younger looking skin in just 7 days. So you put that on first. Then you've got your Visionaire, which is in the teal bottle, and that's going to correct and perfect your skin. So we talk about Genifique in 7 days. When we asked women to use it for 1 week, what they said that their skin was softer, it was smoother, it was luminous, it looked visibly refined, astonishingly even, and perfectly luminous. Visionaire is for if you're trying to cover everything up, lines, wrinkles, pores, and texture. Visionaire is going to be that eraser in your skin to correct all of that. So put your Genifique on, your Visionaire on, and then if you want, follow with your Absolute.
There you go. Hey, Kara, we'll say goodbye to you at the very end of the show because I know Robert is probably chomping at the bit to get his 2 cents in. He's ready. I know he's ready. Oh, there he is. He's ready.
I'm ready.
Exactly. See, this is just as fun. We keep talking about doing a virtual happy hour. This is as close as we're going to come tonight, I guess. Thank you, Kara. We'll check in with you at the end of the show.
Thanks, Shannon. See you in a little bit.
All right. Robert will be up in just a moment. Hey, don't forget, we also are running a special HSN credit card promotion right now. You can apply and buy and get $20 off on that very first purchase. And lots of incentives, especially if you are enjoying or finding HSN for the very first time. Thank you again. Remember, we do have flex pays, 90-day return policy. And actually, speaking of great things and incentives that we're doing during this challenging time, check out, if you haven't already, our home checklist on hsn.com because yes, you get free shipping, but you'll also find wonderful suggestions whether you're doing self-care or cleaning or trying to get fit at home or keep the kids entertained. We're going to check a lot of those boxes. And of course, we're going to have those items delivered to your door for free, all with that 90-day return policy. Well, separated but never far from our heart, Robert Cook is joining us via Skype. I know you saw a little peek at him in his beautiful home. And Robert, I got to tell you, it's not the same without you, but it's great that we at least get to share this experience vicariously. The Juicy Tubes. Hello, the Juicy Tubes. People try to copy this. They say imitation is a form of flattery, but just like Treasure is an icon, this is an icon in the line of Lancome, my friend.
Well, guess what? Happy birthday to you. 20 years. It's our 20-year birthday with Juicy Tubes. We have a limited edition Juicy Tube here. Oh my gosh, these are amazing. The texture is smoother. There's more hydration. I can't wait for you to try these. We've done a special price. This is the only place in America that you can buy the new Juicy Tubes. They have not been available anywhere in the U.S. for probably the past, year and a half. We've been able to get a few here at HSN, but we brought them back just for you here. During this time, we wanted you to have something special and something, to celebrate. So we've got a couple different choices here. This is the birthday confetti and the tickled pink. And I've got them on my hand here so you can see the shine. These are the most silky, smoothie feeling on your lips. And they're guilt-free, calorie-free goodness for your lips. So that's the birthday confetti and tickled pink, that's limited edition. Then we've got spring fling, that's the middle one, with simmer down. And then we've got magic spell and dreamsicle, which are the last two. So if you've not tried Juicy Tubes, this is an amazing special that we've got going for you. All new, 20-year happy birthday, and the only place in the world, in America, here only at HSN.
I like that,
Just for you.
calorie-free, because I've been craving those sweets. I don't know what is going on, I'm telling you. So the birthday collection is actually the most popular, so grab yours, $6 flex pay, free shipping, 30-day return policy. Robert, should I call you Mr. Big?
Oh, I've been called worse.
Actually, when you debuted Mr. Big, I mean, people lost their minds. I mean, you're famous in the world of mascara to begin with, but come on, right? I know.
Hello.
Some people say that they're number one, but for a hot second, you guys are the leaders. Talk about a little bit about Mr. Big. Well, again, it's almost like a buy one get one. It's pretty doggone close.
Okay, so for $5 more, you get another full-size tube. So Mr. Big is, we've been, like you said, Shannon, we've been number one in mascara for the past 2 decades. Number one in the world for the past 2 decades. We launched Mr. Big, and we already own the number one volumizing mascara in the world. And this is why we launched Mr. Big. Look at these lashes. Look at this. We call it fake lashes in a tube. This is your false lashes in a tube. One dip in the tube. This is one application. And what I mean by that is not dip per eye. One dip. I did these before and afters. One dip, and you go coat after coat after coat without dipping back into the tube. This mascara, if you've not tried Mr. Big, we did this special for you. Everybody's at home. Everybody's, going stir crazy, and we have the extra time to put into our skin, and we get to experience a little bit different with our makeup. So if you've not tried a Lancome mascara before, this is your opportunity to try it. And at this price, it's insane. But this mascara, 12 times bigger, not 2 times, not 5 times, 12 times bigger lashes. The appearance of your lashes look huge without gluing, without extensions, without the fills. I mean, let's face it, all you girls out there that are doing all those extensions now because they're such the rage, you cannot go get your fills right now. So you need Mr. Big more now than ever before. So we've given you a deal. 2 full-size Mr. Big mascaras for this ridiculous price. One is $25.
Okay, Robert, that's
let me
crazy.
talk about this brush. We patent each and every one of our brushes. We patent each and every one of our formulas. The brush is a soft brush. Most of those big volumizing mascaras, the brush is so hard, it's hard to comb through. This gives you that beautiful separation, but this is the over-the-top volume that you've been looking for, but have not been able to find. Because think about it, you get those big clumps and messes on your lashes and you're picking them out with a safety pin or whatnot. This mascara will change the way you think about volumizing mascaras.
It will. Hey, Robert, here's what they are telling me. We have only 700 total, but if we consider everyone who's in the various forms of ordering, maybe 300 or 400. In fact, even my producer, Allison, she's like, I'm so bummed. She's on the air for several hours after I'm done at 8 o'clock, and she's like, by the time I'm off my shift, I won't be able to get this. So
no.
Actually, Allison, at this point, you see a clock on your screen. She is saying 3 minutes or sellout. It's as close to a buy one, get one as money can buy. And Robert, you nailed it, because now that we're all doing our own hair and makeup here at HSN, we miss you anyway. But I think we have a new appreciation for what makeup artists do. They glue the lashes on, they do this, they do the other thing. We're not all, famous makeup artists like you. It's nice, though, that I can get those results just by applying my mascara. I don't have to be an expert to get expert results.
It's so true. And that's part of the reason we're number one in the world for so long. You expect the best results out of Lancome. You just do. And so we're going to give it to you. When you pull the wand out of the tube, I want you to knock off the tip of the mascara and then go to town on your lashes. So pull the wand out. You're going to take off that extra little tip and you're ready to go. You put a coat on one eye, then switch eyes, put a coat on the other eye. And you're going to go back and forth, one back to the other, without dipping back into the mascara. That's really important with the Lancome mascara. We design it that way. If you need more mascara, how do you get more mascara without dipping back into the tube? Oh, turn the brush. Use the entire brush So you get the volume and you get the play out of your mascara. Instead of dipping and dipping and dipping, spend your time working those lashes. So get a coat on, back and forth, and get the biggest, thickest, fullest lashes you've ever seen. Do we have time for those before and afters? Because when you see these, I was going to put it on my eye, but it'll look a little crazy, so I don't want to scare y'all. Look at Alex, in the before picture, virtually no lashes. If you're at home and you're thinking, okay, that's fake, that's what this mascara is all about. It's about fake lashes in a tube. It gives you results like you've never seen. You get that beautiful separation. And by the way, there's no curler used in these before and afters. This is what you see is what you get. It's only the mascara. We're not allowed to doctor these. We're not allowed to add fake lashes. This is what the power of Mr. Big can do. 12 times bigger volume. We didn't even talk about that it stays on for 24 hours. I mean, I didn't know you needed mascara to stay on 24 hours. But think about our days, in a normal time of year, when we're going and going and going, and we don't have time to keep reapplying, or that mascara is falling off and clumping everywhere and chunks missing everywhere. This mascara gives you those big, bold, out-of-this-world volume. If you like a very natural lash, this is not your mascara. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't ever want to steer you away from our mascara, but this mascara is all about over-the-top volume. So if you want big, huge, over-the-top volume lashes, that's what Mr. Big is all about. And it's love at first stroke. One stroke and you'll see the difference on your lashes. There's no pulling, there's no tugging. But remember, one dip, pull the wand out, knock off the excess at the tip, and you're ready to go. One, back, forth. You can do up to 6 coats back and forth without dipping back into the tube, and you still have enough to do the bottom line.
Well, Robert, they love you because
Smart
we're considering
shoppers.
it sold out. So don't hang up. My producer took you into consideration. So we have you as long as you made that phone call. She was right. She is not going to get a chance to get it. Hey, I know we're all talking about safe care. We also have only 1,000 of the 3-piece mascara set and perfect 5-star reviews. Hey, Robert, I'm looking at that. So that's Mr. Big, and it looks like Hypnos along with the conditioner as well for the lashes?
Yes, so that is the Mr. Big that you just saw. Hypnos Drama is the #1 volumizing mascara sold worldwide. And then Sills Booster is a primer, conditioner. It's a treatment for your lashes that actually gives you results to condition and nurture those lashes while you sleep, and you can put it on before your mascara. So if Mr. Big's not big enough, if Hypnos Drama is not dramatic enough, you can put more on by putting the Sills Booster on first. The other thing is the Sills Booster is going to keep your mascara staying on longer. There's also a thing, with all this self-care, since we have time at home now to take a little extra time for ourselves that we normally don't get. Sills Booster, you can do a lash mask with this. So when you put Sills Booster on, it looks white, and it's kind of a creamy texture. And let me put it on my hand so you can see. It's kind of a white creamy texture, and then it will dry down more clear. So put a coat on your lashes, and then put a coat on the other eye, and that's your night cream for your eyelash, or a lash mask. So all of you that are doing all those, that need all the fills and need all the, the glue-in kind, who has time for that, So now we can help our lashes come back to life, and with Mr. Big, with Sills Booster, and with Hypnos Drama and all our Lancome mascaras, you don't need to go back and get the fill in and the glue in.
I think that's an excellent point. And I know we're just talking about the Sills Booster. We've actually got a duo. And again, not quite a buy one, get one. Here's another one. We expect a full sellout. I know Robert and Kara and Isabella are going to be back during Beauty Report at 9 o'clock, but this is one you should not wait with. Robert, I know you kind of gave the little bullet points, but I can use this as a conditioner at night in addition to using it as a primer before mascara.
Right, so when you put this on before mascara, if your mascara, now let's face it, not everybody uses Lancome. I'm sorry. Tonight's your chance. But if you're not using a Lancome mascara and your mascara is not performing to the benefits that you want it to do, like let's say your mascara doesn't stay on, this keeps your mascara on longer. The other thing is coats your lashes and gives you that volume and that build, and it helps you to shape and curl your lashes. Then it's also because it has vitamin B5 and panthenol and vitamin E, and it helps to condition and strengthen those lashes and helps with, it's been shown to help with the appearance of lash fallout.
Oh, wow.
So you get all these benefits from Sil's Booster because it's not just a pretty primer. It's one of the top selling mascaras in the industry, and it's not even a mascara.
It is. Hey, Robert, I know we're going to say goodbye to you and Kara. Where did you get the big Genifique behind you, though? That's what I want to know.
I need to drink that, right?
Okay, listen, how do I make that? Can I make that my host pick?
Yes.
I want one.
You know how everybody always says, oh, I wish I could get a vat of that and sit in it? Well, here we go.
All right. Hey, I love you both. We'll see you in Beauty Report. Thank you, guys. Hey, Tabra's up next. I'll see you on Friday.